right, welcome to Gen X Rated Thursday edition. How we doing, guys?
Not good. Not good.
I would agree with that statement. Gene?
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
You ever go a full day with your wife, like liking you the whole day?
No. Is that a thing?
I was curious.
The
Because
best time is when we're apart, because then I feel like I'm being liked.
No. I'm always with my wife. I've been with her every day, like nonstop since like 2000. But
Yeah.
I've yet to go a day where she has liked me the entire day. There will always be a segmented period where I will say something where I see hate in her heart. And I did it to her about an hour ago. I don't know what the. It's just I think it's how I say shit. I'm just not very fucking good at it. It's just like
No tact.
and
Does that mean producer Mel's not with us today?
no, she's sitting right here.
All right, good.
She might go buy a bottle of wine because she's got hate in her heart. And there's a Cavs game tonight, and we tend to drink when the Cavs are on, and they're coming back tonight.
Who did the Cavs have tonight?
Yeah, I just I don't know how I do it, dude. I wish I could go one fucking day without pissing her off.
Well, it's really hard when you know somebody as well as you two know each other, and to spend a lot of time together. It's difficult.
It's
It
tough.
is.
Not easy, but you guys make it look easy.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that there's a period of the day where the wife shoots the husband a look like, I hate you right now. But
Sometimes I look
she's
in the mirror
laughing,
and
though.
I
I got her to
myself.
fucking laugh. She's laughing off camera, so she thought that shit was funny. But because you know why? Because funny is true.
That's true.
That is very true. Yeah.
My people use
that hate
humor.
in the heart is true. So today she was like fucking. I was like, I mean, maybe we'll just fucking luck out, and our bodies will like, go kaput at the same time, and we just, kind of just dropped it together. And she's like, that'd be great. I'm like, really, dude? If you got fucking ass cancer, you'd want me to have ass cancer along with you? That was a test, motherfucker. But I'm just saying, dude, we've been together a long time, every fucking single day. Not that we can't spend time apart, we can, but it's just, I think we could write a fucking book. I don't think anybody's spent as many fucking man hours and woman hours with their wife as I have in the last 24
A lot.
years. No
And you're
fucking
still
way.
together.
Not in this current times, that's for sure.
Dude, we're still together, Rose, because we're waiting for you to show back up so you can do yoga moves in front of us while we're putting something together and arguing. We miss you, buddy. Like when
You guys had it covered.
When we were putting the carpet tiles together, and you came and you sat on the ones we had put together, and you started doing downward dog. And me and Melissa both had hate in our heart, but not for each other.
You know what? He's testing the flooring, Gene. He's a good friend.
Yeah. Okay. No, he was. Dude, he was the best. It's like, hey, Bill, are you gonna come visit? He's like, yeah, let me quit my job. I'll be right there. He'd just fucking come show up, and then I'd be like, oh fuck, he quit his job, Melissa. We got him for a month. And usually about 2.5 weeks into it, he'd get the fucking note of the memo, like, I've outstayed my fucking welcome. I'm gonna go do my downward dog and fucking gotta squat somewhere else.
Note saying, we've left town. Close the door when you leave.
And then he's gonna come back and he's gonna visit you and harass you. At least you, dude, you've been feeding them a lot more than me, so.
This is true.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump into why Uncle Bill and myself are not having our best day. Confirmation of the FBI director happened today, 5149. Kash Patel. This insane person is now your head of the FBI for the next decade.
Crazy Eye Cash.
Crazy Eye Cash. He said he would go after all of Trump's political adversaries, I guess, however you want to phrase it. But he's seeking retribution. I think the senators all knew this. 2 senators did vote against him, Murkowski and Collins. Surprise, surprise. But he's in. So he's ours. And we'll see how he proceeds. But I'm a little terrified.
What's Mitch
We all
McConnell's
should be.
fucking excuse? He's on his way out the fucking door. He voted to fucking confirm this guy. He fucking hates Trump. It's like, why not just give him a final fuck you? You got one foot in the grave already, buddy. They ain't coming after you. They're just
He's
gonna
a
let you
giant
die right now. Huh? Oh
He's a
shit.
giant baby. Does this look like anybody, Billy?
Crazy Eye Cash.
Crazy Eye Cash.
Yeah.
I for one did not think this was going to happen.
I didn't think it was either. I thought this would be a bridge too far, but apparently that was just fucking a pipe dream.
I mean, he's got so much video out there saying all the wrong things. Let's keep in mind that the guy whose job he took resigned and was forced to resign, Ray, as director, even though it's a 10-year term because Trump wanted him gone. Now, he was a Trump appointment, which is really weird, but got nothing but loyalists. So here we are.
Director Ray doesn't have the same problem that Kash Patel has. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Kash Patel is black. And the FBI is very, 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 very white and very male. So as you guys see him going in there purging, I see a bunch of fucking white dudes getting together going, we ain't gonna let this Negro do this shit to us. We'll find a way. I'm just telling you, dude, white dudes don't like to be, even if they're being controlled by an orange guy, they don't like that shit. And the FBI has always been a very, very white and very male-dominated organization.
For sure.
And this brown guy thinks he's going to come in and, you know, shake shit up. We'll see. I'm skeptical. I think Hegseth, just by purely just being a white guy, has more power than Kash Patel does to get away with doing horrible shit to people, just based on being white and just a doofus, a drunk, an idiot. Kash Patel is evil and he's a Kool-Aid swallower, but you guys have always noticed the biggest Kool-Aid swallowers are always the brownest people in the fucking administration because they are forced to double up or triple up on the fucking loyalty test.
Really show.
Oh yeah, they got to suck twice as hard.
Everybody else from fucking Tulsi Gabbard, who's kind of sort of white, to Pete Hegseth, to Marco Rubio, who's sort of white, have all shit on Trump at some time, said horrible shit about him on TV, said horrible shit about him on Twitter. And here they are. He confirmed them all because they'll do his bidding because you know, they have access to power. Kash Patel was never like that. He was a Kool-Aid swallower. The brown ones, the brownest of Byron Donalds, they have to kiss the fucking ring of the king. They can't make any mistakes or they got no chance of getting anywhere near that administration.
Well, and several ways to go from that statement, which does give me a little bit of hope. Maybe this guy, Hegseth, who you said, is now looking to start firing people. He's going to start with the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff. I'm going to give you a good a chance to guess why he might be firing this guy.
Let me guess. Oh, wow. Yeah. Say no more.
Because, you know, he's a DEI guy that was a war hero that flew jets and
for the record,
and worked his way up probably fucking 10 times harder than anybody to make it to Joint Chiefs of Staff to only be fired after 2 fucking years. Black people are never gonna forget this shit, by the way.
I hope so.
We are taking fucking notes. I just hope I hope all you angry white motherfuckers that think you're getting replaced out there understand Black people are taking notes this time. This isn't one of those fucking turn the other cheek, kumbaya fucking moments. Let's just get back to the fucking
not for any of us
bullshit. We are This is bullshit. What he's doing is erasing fucking Black history. It is racist as fuck. If you don't see it like that, it's because you're fucking white and it's just not happening to you.
It's because you just don't want to see it.
This is CQ Brown. He's a 4-star general, 41-year veteran of the Air Force. He flew over 130 hours of combat as a fighter pilot. I don't see a reason to get rid of him. When Hegseth came to the Pentagon the very first time, this guy was there to greet him. He was asked immediately if he was going to fire this guy. Of course, he said, no, I just got here. Well, he's been on the job a few weeks. So
let me have a few drinks and think about it.
Yeah, that guy's flown 131 fucking combat hours. Fucking Hegseth had 131 fucking vodkas since the weekend. I mean, it's fucking bullshit, dude. It's obnoxious that they sit there and they scream DEI, and truly the DEI hires right now are the average fucking white dudes.
Yeah, the mediocre white guys.
The mediocre white guys that couldn't fucking make it in life. So they jumped onto the fucking orange fucking pussy grabbers fucking coattails to enjoy a little bit of power. I don't know, dude. I guess the power is that fucking intoxicating because it won't last fucking forever. These guys are gonna fuck up the economy quicker than a New York minute.
It's happening.
Right.
That brings us around to the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, who's decided apparently not to remove Eric Adams. Her feeling is that he was voted in. She doesn't want to reverse the will of the people. People have the right to change their mind. When people
ask the
find out,
people how they're feeling about this motherfucker now.
yeah, well, and they should maybe take a poll because he's not loved by the city. He is loved by ICE, but that's only because he's going to turn over as many people as possible.
They got him on a short leash.
If the Constitution gives you power to remove someone in the state of New York, and they're fucking dirty and they're illegal and they're breaking the law and they're flowing, you get fucking rid of them, you fucking coward.
Well,
guess what? How did she get her fucking job? Are you fucking kidding me? How the fuck did you get your job, Kathy Hochul? Literally, Cuomo was fucking grabbing ass. His brother was covering it up on CNN, and you got to be fucking governor, bitch. I mean, what the fuck? We got rid of Cuomo. You can get, dude. People are.
It's crazy.
Don't even get me started on those motherfuckers. I'm so
in defense to her, she will add a new strict oversight to the mayor's office and add a new state deputy general inspector. So that should really get things back to normal.
Oh yeah, because he was so good at keeping himself in line before.
Meanwhile, Trump got rid of fucking that congestion pricing in New York. They had an agreement where they were going to make millions of fucking dollars, reduce congestion. They were going to start some projects with it, and Trump just fucking swiped his little finger and said, "Fuck you. We're no longer partners in this. Go fuck yourselves." And all you're left to do is sue them. When these motherfuckers when Democrats say they can't do shit, when they were in charge for a couple of years and could have passed a public option, a universal health care, remember this. Remember how fast Republicans are fucking working at lightning speed to turn this shit into Nazi Germany. When we get this shit back, if Democrats aren't working equally as fast to fucking turn us into a multicultural fucking democracy, don't vote for their asses. Vote for someone who fucking actually gives a shit. Because they're not fucking being serious about this shit. They just want to keep their own personal little piece of the fucking power and not fucking do anything about this. I mean, it's embarrassing. Right. They're literally Jackie Rosen today. Well, we're in the minority. Bitch, sometimes you motherfuckers were in the majority and you didn't do what we fucking asked you to do. I'm tired of playing this fucking game. Neither one of these parties is any fucking good. But if you think the fucking Democrats are going to fucking save you by, do you miss us yet? No, dude, I don't fucking miss you. This isn't fucking working for me. Do better or get fucking primaried. As a matter of fact, Melissa is writing down questions right now. She's going to say our congressperson tonight because all these fucking Democrats got sent back to their district.
Yeah.
And our congresswoman is, up until your congressman had taken more money from a foreign lobbying group than any congressperson in the entire fucking last couple of fucking years. Your guy finally beat our girl.
We're number one.
And if you saw the way our district was gerrymandered, it's just fucking embarrassing. But anyway, that being said, Melissa's writing down a few questions.
Well, good on producer Mel. Our Wesley Bell did have his town meeting as instructed to come to his home constituents. And I did get the call. I sat on for an hour. People had some very good questions. Of course, he had all the right answers. But I will say the bottom line is this. They need the House back. And that's always going to be the roar that they need one of the branches back. We have in April special elections in Florida. I think there's 3 seats available. Yep. We need every one of them. Yes, Starlink can fix a national election. There's a lot going on. But when you get deep down into the communities, we're going to see. And it's a must. This has to change.
It's an absolute must.
Because you can't even bring bills to the floor that aren't sponsored when you're this much of a minority. They need to get these special elections won, or we need to start removing people to have more special elections because they're corrupt as shit. I'm going to move on to this guy real quick because, Gene, you spoke about the environment earlier. The worm was a little bit surprised. Aren't we all? Anytime we see this orange man or pink
red man.
I don't know what red man. There you go. But he has learned to do the dance, which I think is really pretty awesome. But already at the NIH, he's canceled climate change programs that research and prepare for our health effects due to climate change, extreme weather, and the warming of the planet. as if that's not a priority. As we see, I woke up this morning to 0 degrees in Missouri, and then Tuesday it's going to be 60. So
Yeah.
there's definitely some warming, call it what you want, change. And Gene, you had an interesting point about what that affects to the lowest common denominator.
Well, my daughter is at Columbia. She's getting her master's in environmental science and policy, and she called in today to basically say she's got a check coming in the mail for a job, so go get the mail. But after she told us that, she was talking about how she was learning the biodiversity problem we have in this on the planet. Like climate change is half of it; the other half of the coin is biodiversity. We are killing off species that are crucial to human survival. And unfortunately, the one species that doesn't really even matter in biodiversity is us, other than affecting it in a negative way. And she was just explaining, like, if we lose simple things like the things that eat things that are decomposing, we're all fucked. I mean, you're gonna bring back diseases you've never even heard of, or or if the permafrost fucking melts, we're gonna have viruses you've never thought of. So between biodiversity and climate change, it is I don't know, DEFCON fucking 5, is that or is it DEFCON 1 or whatever it is? It's that fucking serious as we're running around messing with some dude that was just trying to stay out of fucking prison and has all sorts of dossiers and shit against him. This dude doesn't give a fuck about biodiversity, doesn't give a fuck about climate. The people he's hired doesn't give a fuck about any of those things. My daughter, just being an environmental scientist, is fucking clearly concerned about these things.
As we all
The
should
whole
be.
generation is.
Yeah, while we're
frankly.
being distracted and getting ready to fight World War III with fucking Iran or whoever, none of this shit's gonna fucking matter in the end, because we're fast tracking our own fucking demise, where we're gonna start killing off humans on the planet. And again, biodiversity will come into play where we'll be fucking dead, but the planet will figure the shit out again. Even if an asteroid hits it, it will fucking come back with or without us. So we have to make a choice. Basically, do we want to be a part of this shit? Because if we do, we're gonna have to start making some changes.
You're absolutely right. We went through this a little bit with the bees, as we talked about previously, and people really took that to heart. I mean, if you're not pollinating our plants, you're not really growing anything as well. And I had a neighbor that started her own. She turned into a beekeeper. I mean, she had boxes in her backyard, and the honey was amazing. It took a while, but she went full suit and everything. I mean, it was pretty crazy, but people really got involved, and it's going to take that kind of effort from all of us to continue the way we're used to.
And why did they get involved? Because there was a massive colony collapse. These bees were getting some sort of fucking fungus and dying off, and regular people. Even I have a friend who was a former Cleveland cop. He lives out in the booth. He has a bunch of beehives. They took it upon themselves to try to make a difference, and lo and behold, they literally saved the ecosystem as we know. They've extended the life of crops and plants and all that because they saved the bees. They saved the most important pollinators. And it's going to take that kind of effort from all of us. Put all our fucking silly differences aside and just sort of try. If we were focused on saving the fucking planets, we would save ourselves. We don't have to fight these wars about how much African I have in me. If I'm 10% African or 100%, it's fucking stupid. So yeah, we've done it before. We've done it with the bees, but can we convince? We can definitely convince these younger generations. But how much damage are these fucking boomers gonna fucking do before they fucking die off? They're so fucking old. They're sitting around. They're hanging on the power. They're handpicking idiots that will do what they want while they're still in power, like Hakeem Jeffries. I know he's not a fucking boomer, but he might as fucking well be, because Nancy Pelosi picked his ass, and he doesn't do anything different than Nancy Pelosi did.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's
he's
not working.
useless.
It's just not fucking working, dude.
Well, and you bring me to an interesting point. Trump came out and said that only him and his attorney general would provide authoritative interpretation of the law for the executive branch. These two, right?
I mean, when did he get a law degree?
Well, he didn't, but he's picked her, and she's a gem. She took the 25 grand for Trump University, etc. Sure, she has a law degree. All I'm saying is that is pretty crazy. So what I wanted to ask you two was, let's say that there was another president and he had, I don't know, an attorney general who was his brother. Do you think we'd be taking the same path, that it's okay that JFK and his brother, who was the attorney general, are the only people that can decipher the law? Would that be a little bit weird to anybody?
Be a little bit weird. Yeah.
Let's take another step and go even further. Let's say you had these two guys and they made this statement. How far would we be going with these new interpretations of the law if it was these two gentlemen doing it?
Dude, white people would lose their shit. Their heads would have spun off.
You realize blacks only make up 12% of this country. And Martin Luther King, I wrote it down today, his last book, Where Do We Go? Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community? I think he wrote it in 1967. He literally predicted white people in this country, in America, would choose a native form of fascism over any type of multicultural democracy. They just can't fucking help themselves.
Yeah, and they did. I still can't believe it. And
I think generation after generation, this would, we all start to get a little less white, right? As a society.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, well, yeah, we're definitely all less white. None of us is, what does white even mean? Again, that was something they made up in the 1600s.
Yeah.
Too many fucking slaves were fucking floating around, and they needed a way to say, hey, you're with us, you're a white guy, just to for protection.
Well, like you said, even the Europeans weren't calling themselves white. I mean, it wasn't a thing.
Nobody was. Bottom line, chaos or community? What do you fucking guys want? And right now, we've got absolute chaos. And if you don't get back to Martin Luther King's idea of community, we're fucked. Black people are not asking for a fucking special handout. They're just asking to quit being fucking judged because their color of their skin isn't exactly the same as yours. You don't even know. You look at me. I walk down the street. You don't even know that percentage-wise, DNA-wise, I'm more European than I am African. You don't fucking know that. All you do is see a fucking black guy, and that makes you a fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. And in the long run, people like me, smart people that work fucking really fucking hard to get what they want, are just gonna fucking turn their nose to this fucking experiment and go fuck you and go somewhere else. Because we're tired of this shit. Either we're all in this shit together or it's fucking chaos. You're letting an orange fucking crooked ass New York Yankee fucking developer fucking gaslight your fucking ass because he's letting you say the fucking N-word in so many fucking ways and you're enjoying it. It is temporary sugar, baby. It's a fucking sugar buzz. It's a heroin high. It's gonna fucking go away, and your eggs are gonna cost as much as a fucking brick of gold.
They're still blaming Biden. Biden killed all the
I know you fucking won. At some point, they're not gonna fucking blame Biden anymore. That's just not gonna fucking work.
Yeah, even they'll figure it out at some point. Like, wait a minute.
Agreed.
So, the hope is that, like you were talking about, last time, maybe we will finally hit rock bottom. And I don't know how far down we're going to have to go to hit that, how many sub basements we have to crash through to get to what is actually rock bottom. But we're well on our way. We are heading right down there. And maybe when we finally hit it, we can choose community and fucking rebuild. But dude, I don't know. It's hard to be overly optimistic.
It is.
By the way, I have questions for you today, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Drewski is?
Who?
Drewski?
Mm-mm.
He's some influencer. I'm trying to figure out who he is. I thought you might know who he is because you hang out with your nephew so much. I have another question for you. What music are we going to play in the Super Bowl next year, seeing as how Kendrick Lamar went and fucked it up for white people?
Country and
it is going to be country and or Western, buddy. You can guarantee that, unless we're going back to Up With People.
Oh my God! When did we do Up With People? Was that
in the 70s?
Oh, okay. That wasn't the Atlanta one because the Atlanta.
No. Oh God, no.
I remember the Atlanta Olympics where they had pickup trucks and cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and Melissa and I were looking at each other, going, "Ain't nobody in Atlanta fucking dressed like that. Why are they doing that to our Olympics like this? Making everybody think America is a bunch of fucking hillbillies." But. No, I was just curious what kind of music they were going to do next year. I was trying to figure out who the fuck Drewski was. I was just going down. I'm trying not to doom scroll so much. And I'm trying to figure out Gen Z a little better. My daughter she didn't coin a term, but I was kind of like giving her shit today, and she told me I was having a mantrum. Have you guys ever heard that? A man tantrum?
Uh-uh.
They're called mantrums.
Man, Trump.
Yeah, you gotta learn this Gen Z shit, man. Mantrums. She said I was having a mantrum. It made me laugh.
That's funny.
As she's lecturing us about fucking decomposers and fucking, biodiversity and all that shit, she still had time.
She's talking to the wrong generation. We support them 1,000%.
Yeah, no, I know, but still, we have to learn the language. Mantrum, and you got to figure out who the fuck is Drewski, dude. He's some black guy with blonde hair. I don't know.
I'll have to ask Cole.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll look into it. I want to pop this up real quick. This was a statement by Elon Musk on X. The hard truth: this country's billionaires are tired of subsidizing everyone else's schools, parks, healthcare, even food and entertainment. You want nature? Buy some land. Healthcare? Befriend a doctor. Entertainment? Roll around in the mud with your fellow pigs.
What a fucking asshole.
One of the comments was the fact that if you scroll down, this is coming from the guy whose entire fortune was built on taxpayer subsidies, government contracts, and stock market hype. Who are the pigs here? I'm concerned. Am I one of them?
I think we know who the pigs are.
Agreed.
Gen X all read 1984. You're fucking living it, motherfuckers.
Yeah. And
I'm
again,
saying.
dude, Gen X, we developed a pretty strong bullshit detector. And those of you that fucking let it go and believe this guy's lies, Project 2025, I don't know anything about that. Elon Musk, I've never met him before. Yeah, you fucking people. Again, like I said it before, I'll say it again. Turn in your fucking Gen X card. You're fucking demoted to boomer and just fuck off. Because you got fucking played and you should have known better.
Why would you believe him, though? I mean, dude.
Why would anybody believe him? The guy's he's got a proven track record of doing nothing but lying.
I mean, he lies like he uses fucking ketchup, but just all day long. He just
he lies
like
he
fucking tells lies. That's all he fucking does. Ketchup and lies.
The irony of was that he put that tweet up on Valentine's Day.
Of course he did.
Happy Valentine's Day, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and fuck you, Elon.
And by the way, there's some weird dynamic going on. I saw CPAC is having some conference right now or some shit. The one
the Young Fascist Club?
The one that's run by that dick grabber, Mercedes Schlapp's husband. What's his name?
That's CPAC? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. They're having something going on today, and I saw Enrique Tarrio and a few January Sixers got booted from it.
I saw that. Yeah,
they were being escorted out. I didn't know if you guys knew anything about that. I didn't know if that was going to piss Trump off, or if people really don't want to be associated with those pieces of shit that tried to kill cops. Or I didn't. They're not all fucking rainbows and fucking milkshakes either. These motherfuckers are going to have their own internal issues. Our Democrats are ready to fucking pounce when these guys fuck up. And my answer is probably not, because they're all decrepit old fucking boomers.
Well, dude, but the oldest one, Bernie, is speaking out. Not that he's a Democrat, but he's the one that's stepping up and taking the reins.
Bernie's the most. I've never seen anything like it. He's too old. He's too Jewish. He's not Jewish enough. He's too socialist. He's not socialist enough. You guys just make shit up because he's a truth spitter. That's all there is to it.
Listen, and if the Democrats had let him run, dude, he'd be in his second term, because that guy.
He was gonna die from his heart. Remember, he had to retire as soon as that was Democrats shitting all over him when he needed that fucking. I don't know what did he need, a stint or some shit, something fucking simple.
Mm-hmm.
But
But that guy in the cart who's wheeling around and high-fiving the other old guy in his wheelchair is okay.
Oh yeah.
Pelosi's choice, the guy with colon cancer.
What was that? John Larson and fucking Mitch McConnell fucking high-fiving each other. John Larson had a stroke on the floor last month. I mean, dude, come on, man.
Mitch McConnell broke his hand on the high five.
He's a Democrat. I did. It gets so old. Gen X. I don't know, man. We just we weren't given our chance, and I think some people kind of got pissed, and other people are just kind of like, I give up. And I don't know. Again, we're the sandwich generation. I feel like we're just in survival mode. Even though we do better than most, I just feel like everyone's just kind of, how the fuck are we going to survive this shit?
Well, those of us that aren't fucking actually embracing it, which there are some of us, and again, they can fuck right off.
Agreed.
I agree. There's no reason. I didn't spend all that time with you in the bars in the 90s and sitting drinking in the flats at the fucking basement or fucking Flanagan. I didn't spend all this fucking time with you motherfuckers, especially you fucking football players. I mean, those Buffalo Bills, I told you guys that last podcast, you were doing serious damage with your black and brown teammates. They are not going to forget this shit that you're fucking playing golf with a fucking dude that was on Epstein Island with fucking minors and shit, and probably has a Moscow fucking Ritz-Carlton tape against them doing fucking terrible things to underage people. And you guys said, that's okay. I'm going to go hang out with him because he's president of the United States. Not even considering your black athlete friends. I don't fucking talk to any fucking MAGA fucking white guys I played with. And that's most of them. Because fuck that shit. Now, if
there's one that comes to mind right off the bat.
If you're not one of those enthusiastic motherfuckers like Schreiber, and I'm just going to call Adam Schreiber out, because I spent a lot of money on you in the titty bars, motherfucker. So fuck you for going full MAGA. No MAGA spent as much money on table dances for you as this Democrat did. So you can go fuck off, Adam. I don't fucking like that shit one bit. But I'm in group text with white guys that I'm sure voted for Trump, but there is no, and there's also black guys on, there is no talking about politics on this feed. They did what they wanted, and I'm speculating, of course, because we're not talking about it. I have friends like that. I'm willing to talk to people like that. You keep fucking politics out of it, and we're on a group feed with the fucking former Browns O-lineman or something. I'm good with that. The second you bring fucking, say, 1776, because that happened to me on my Iowa State fucking feed. I'm on an Iowa State football feed, and two motherfuckers, Mike Bush and fucking Randy Burns, 1776. I'm like, yeah, fuck that honky. I ain't doing that shit with you. I just fucking, dude, you're going to do racist shit. I'm going to do racist shit. And by the way, I'm half white. I can use both fucking words, motherfuckers. So there. But no, fuck that shit. You ain't going to fucking do that shit to me. I don't have such low self-esteem and low self-worth that you're literally going to fucking text out 1776 and think I'm going to have anything to do with your fucking cracker asses anymore. Go spit. Go fuck yourselves. Those are the Gen Xers Bill, I'm assuming, is talking about.
Yeah. Well, and they think it's so innocent, right? Oh, we support him. We golfed with him. He's a funny guy, whatever you want to call him. This happened today. This was the LA fire captain, DEI hire, clearly. She was stabbed to death viciously in her home today.
You're kidding me, right?
No. And she fought for her survival. They said the scene was pretty horrific. They still don't know who did it, but you know who sparked this fire, no pun intended, with the DEI bullshit and trying to blame this woman who actually was fighting the fire. She's been, she'd been in the business for a long time. And they really kind of set her up. You would get people that are out of their mind and they take shit into their own hands. So it's not all fun in golf. Words do have consequences. And she suffered the ultimate just because of the ignorance, frankly.
That's fucking horrible. I didn't even know that. That's absolutely fucking unacceptable. That's some bullshit.
It's pretty
But that's what he does, man. He throws out these dog whistles to these people. And they're not even dog whistles. Most of it is just blatant. Yeah. And these people pick it up and they act on it. And I mean, you've seen the track record of the J6ers that got released.
Bad. If they're not killing somebody through DUI, they're soliciting minors for sex.
Yeah. I mean, these are horrible people. There's a lot of horrible people out there, and they all seem to be lining up in Trump's orbit. And he's building his own little network of fucking stooges and thugs and fucking
stooges and thugs. Bill, exactly right. He might get his A2 Brutus moment himself if he's not fucking careful, because they don't really fucking want his ass around. They've got the fucking successor and his brown wife waiting in the wings to go full tech bro on us and turn everything into a fucking AI nightmare. So yeah, he's hiring the worst of the fucking worst. Lots of despots do that. They usually don't fucking last very long because how can you trust someone so untrustworthy?
Yeah.
So, good luck with that, you dipshit.
Yeah, he fucks everybody over eventually.
Oh, I know.
So to try and move to something lighter, and I know this won't work, Uncle Bill, but I'm going to try.
All right.
Tonight, the big matchup of the tournament of four is tonight. We have USA versus Canada. I heard Trump called this morning into the locker room and gave quite a pep talk to these guys. So instead of 3 fights, maybe we'll have 6 fights to start. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you who was most happy were these guys, huh? They booed the Canadian flag or the anthem the other night and very proud of themselves.
Oh yeah, USA. Woo.
We'll
My
take
daughter will tell you, what does it all mean? Because when your fucking colonies collapse and your crops aren't, what are you gonna do? Fucking eat your fucking sea rations, motherfucker? You guys, you can have your little fucking stupid dipshit patriotic moment, but in the end, motherfuckers, chaos or community. That's all we got. Chaos or
That's
community.
right. I do
Yeah,
want to point out
exactly.
there's not one person of color in this photo. To Uncle Bill's point, the sport comes
Mhm.
off a little elitist and a little white.
Little white, actually a lot white, but yeah, no. So I'm rooting for Sidney Crosby in Canada. Sid
He's
is
an
a
easy one to
class.
vote to root for.
Yeah, dude, Sid's a class act, man. A genuinely good person, an amazing hockey player, and yeah, we'll see what
I'm
happens.
watching the Cavs because they have black people there.
Who are the
So,
Cavs playing tonight?
I have no idea. It's the first night back.
Does
They
it
were
matter?
on All-Star break. It doesn't matter, dude.
It doesn't matter.
I just need my Modelo Negro. Yeah, I'm only drinking black beer now, and my Guinness.
Ooh,
Dude, I love
There's
the
lime in that, Gene. If you want to be a fancy boy,
There's what?
I like to put a lime in there. It's really good.
In a lime and what?
your Modelo
Yeah.
Negro.
Yeah, Modelo.
Oh, my
Negro.
Modelo. I told you I was drinking a Guinness too. I've never put a lime in a Guinness.
No, you
Oh
don't
yeah,
put-
no.
I love
Melissa,
the,
buy me a fucking lime. What the fuck? Fucking see,
you inspire me. I've got
white
some.
guys not telling me how to do the fancy shit. I didn't know that. I didn't know you put a lime in the Negro too. That's
Oh, it
yeah.
has to be the Negro, not in the Especial, which I actually have a 12-pack of the Especial waiting for me for the right moment.
all right. Well,
that
why
might be
not
tonight, buddy.
It's probably going to be tonight. I know.
Or maybe just a little bit later this afternoon.
Well, who's favorite in this fucking this white on white violence we're gonna see tonight?
Canada generally should be the favorite just because, but we'll see. I mean, USA is a strong contender, but listen, this is supposed to be somewhat of a fun tournament. This wasn't supposed to turn into we hate Canada, but apparently in this country we can't step away for a minute from being up somebody's ass about something we don't like, and it's really problematic. So when you say community, you can't have community when you're bugged by somebody constantly that's really not doing anything to you.
Yeah, how can you be mad at Canada? What's Canada done aside from be a good neighbor? And I guarantee you 10 out of 10 of these crackers that are all up in arms about Canada couldn't tell you why.
I did find it interesting that a lot of Americans were like, hey, Canada, keep it up. You speak for us too, because these guys are assholes.
Yeah,
So-
they're total assholes.
Oh, by the way, make Canada the 51st state, which is racist as fuck to DC and Puerto Rico. Then Democrats win all elections.
They're coming for DC next, buddy. DC is going to be part of.
Oh yeah, they're going back to the federal government model. I mean, DC is pretty much under the control of the federal government anyway. And why not just shit on the black people that run the city and just say we're in charge now? They're already in charge, so it doesn't fucking really matter. But
it's a very good point.
It's embarrassing that we are not in a. I don't know. I mean, DC has no representation. Puerto Rico has no representation. Canada certainly does not. I wish they did because we'd be Democrats again. But
oh, we would be if DC had representation too.
I don't know, dude. You see these tricks they play, and this is the shit that drives me crazy about Democrats. This is the shit you need to scream every day. You guys wouldn't have a chance in hell if DC was, and they're afraid to say it because they think if we say it, then they'll definitely won't make it happen. They're not going to make it happen no matter what, motherfucker. Scream that shit out loud. Puerto Rico needs to be a fucking state. DC needs to be a state, and then just say you don't know what the fuck. You don't know how they're going to fucking vote. How the fuck do you know? Looking in your crystal ball, how they're going to vote. You don't.
It's interesting you say that because the NFL Network is having Black History Month. Oh, should I not have said that out loud? Black History Month.
Roger Goodell's going to find you $1 and give you $1 billion.
They have some very good programs. A couple of documentaries, so to speak. One was about Martin Luther King's Day holiday in Arizona and taking the Super Bowl away. And only because you brought this up about you don't know how people were going to vote. They were threatened to take the Super Bowl away, and Arizona came out behind some crackpot
Oh, can
And
I say this about Arizona, by the way? And this is I know Megan McCain's listening because she loves our show. Hey Megan, I like my war heroes to vote for Martin Luther King Day. Bitch. All right, I'm just go on. Continue.
well, just to your point, you don't know how they're going to vote, and you're like, oh, they're going to take this much money and remove the game from our city, and people voted against making it a holiday. And to
Yeah.
Chris Rock's point, shit, we can't even give white people a goddamn holiday. I mean,
Didn't even give the day off.
It wasn't Chris Rock the one who fucking said in one of his shows. He was on stage. He's like, "There's a white one-armed busboy in back that wouldn't change places with me right now." Like, no, I'm good. I'm good being white right here with my one arm. Like that's America for you. It doesn't matter fucking how successful you are. It feels as though they could fucking snatch that shit from you if you're black, brown, a woman. If you're not a cisgender white dude and very average, it feels like they can just snatch some shit from you real fucking quick.
Tagliabue was very in the moment realizing this could be a real issue for the league. I mean, the acoustics were not good, and they did end up pulling the Super Bowl, and they were like, fuck you. But here's something, Arizona, it wasn't just the NFL. Other people were like, hey, go fuck yourselves, this is pretty racist. And it caught on, and they had to revisit it, and people went back out to vote because not all Arizonans wanted to be known as racist fucks. So,
well, they also wanted the Super Bowl too, right?
Yeah.
Bottom line is they wanted a fucking Super Bowl, and that's how shit works. Again, when I was going to college my freshman year, I went at 17 years old. That same year, Reagan passed the highway fucking law and raised the drinking age to 21 and said you don't get any infrastructure money unless we have a nationwide across the board 21, which fucked me in Iowa because it was 19 in Iowa. Yeah. So of course I had to go out and get my fake ID. I'm Gen X. I mean, it didn't fucking slow me down or anything. I just went out and got a fucking fake ID. But you can influence people if you threaten them with the power you have. That's exactly what Trump's doing right now. Now it's all fucking illegal and bullshit, but he's just using the power he fucking has. And they're sitting there going, we can't stop him. There's ways. I mean, we got budgets you guys got to fucking sign on to. You can't just let this dude just do whatever he wants and just pass budgets for a fucking dictator.
You wouldn't think.
You're going to have to take a stand at some fucking point. I don't know.
And the GOP is behind him 100%. I mean, right now, the GOP is, the House is endorsing to slash prices for Medicare, or Medicaid rather, 10%, SNAP, 20%, and then increase our deficits by 2.8 trillion. So that they can pay for these tax cuts to continue.
Dude, yeah. Well, and because these billionaires are tired of subsidizing us.
Yeah.
So they deserve some tax relief because they're just.
And today, in a poll, Trump is more popular today.
I do not believe
he was at any time in his last 4 fucking.
That's a CNN poll.
Okay.
CNN also came out within the 45 minutes of that showing his disapproval rate was giant. So to me, I don't know what to believe. I know that CNN's owned by a billionaire as well, GOP operative, not. So maybe the headline of the website says one thing, but the actual production of the show, the guy came out, those numbers, he's about to fall off a cliff. It's not popular with very many people, and CNN sucks anyway.
He just hasn't fallen off the cliff fast enough. Again, you guys said the Weimar Republic started in 53 fucking days. You're predicting this guy's going to do this in 35 fucking days.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you, I'll take what I can get. This guy shouldn't be this fucking popular. It's troubling. Yeah. I do like the fact that his numbers, he's getting ready to collapse because he's getting ready to collapse the economy. But again, that's going to be, he's collapsing because he's not doing shit and people are suffering. That's what's going to happen.
And it's by 1,000 wounds. I mean, one example is the whole Ukraine thing that we've stopped. This is through the Ukraine government. We've stopped selling weapons to Ukraine. And here's something, if you believe Trump's numbers, don't. The actual numbers I think Zelensky put out there, I think it was like 60 billion that we've given them. But the point is, the giving part is that all the stuff that we sent over there was made here. We made the supplies here. I know in Scranton, the armory was working 24/7 making munitions for them. Well, no more. So sorry, local guy in Scranton. You can go home. We have no work for you. And
Yeah.
by 1,000 stab wounds that we're all going to fucking go down with this.
Yeah, shit rolls downhill, and we all live in the valley.
USAID. We talked about this with the farmers. Maybe it's a small percentage, but there's been enough
yeah.
pushback because the farmers are like, "Hey, maybe it's only a percent of my sales, but you're killing us."
Hey,
Mhm.
I have a to all the white baby makers out there, to all you people making white babies and white babies only. You realize the most heavily subsidized fucking substance in the planet Earth is our fucking dairy farmers and your formula and fucking milk. They're literally trying to push that shit on you for free because it was so heavily subsidized. And Trump's like, fuck that shit. So, I mean, literally, we've seen dairy farmers, the price has gotten so low where they've dumped milk instead of selling it.
Oh yeah.
And now they're gonna jack you on the fucking prices. Our food is heavily subsidized for white people too.
Yeah.
Are you so upset that black people get subsidized food and brown people and some people that are undocumented get subsidized food? Are you so upset with them that you're willing to just go ahead and pay fucking top dollar for that shit now? Pay $20.
Apparently they are.
That's chaos. That's what fucking Martin Luther King was talking about. You can have fucking community. You can have fucking chaos. We are supposed to be a flock of fucking Americans. Instead, we're picking flocks of Republicans or MAGAs or flocks of this or flock. Dude, we used to be in all this. We were getting to a point where we were in this shit together. And I know sometimes wars force us into that fucking situation. But we're too technologically advanced to be this fucking stupid. We have all the information right in fucking front of us.
You're
And
right.
we're choosing chaos. And at
Well,
this point, I'm out. I don't know what to tell you. And once it gets too chaotic, I mean, Melissa and I can't stick around for that fucking nonsense. I'm a retired, former beat up fucking football player that can barely fucking walk anymore. I
I can
can't
still shoot a gun pretty
I
sharp.
can put on a uniform and go fight World War III against Iran for fucking Trump and Netanyahu. I mean, that's not gonna fucking happen.
No
So
chance.
I just what are we doing here? Chaos or community? You got a choice.
What community? Uncle Bill,
I vote for community.
what were you going to say?
I don't know. I forgot.
He was gonna ask you what Super Bowl music are we having next year? Because Jay-Z isn't gonna get the pick.
Country and Western. Listen, I want to jump to this real
That
quick.
was quick. That was definitive. Country Western. Which one? Like the poppy kind, like Taylor Swift, or the country Western, like the outlaw country Western?
No, it's going to be the poppy kind.
Little softer
Kind
than
that sings about God and drinking beer and going
and
to
loving
church.
America. Come on.
Mm.
Loving America.
I hope
wanted
it's
to bring this
Nickelback.
up. This could have been a happy ending.
Canadian.
I know exactly. That's my point. I hope it's Nickelback.
This could have been a happy ending.
Nickelback next Super Bowl.
This is
Oh, that's
Chris
Chris
Clue.
Cluey.
This
he
dude is awesome.
used to punt for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Got blackballed.
He went to the Huntington Beach City Council meeting. He was extremely respectful. He read his list. I won't, or his comments. I won't give them all to you, but he did mention that MAGA was profoundly corrupt, unmistakably anti-democratic, and most importantly, MAGA is explicitly a Nazi movement. Then he said, I'm going to do in the tradition of others and do peaceful civil disobedience. He left the podium. He walked over and he was taken down to the ground. And he was, here he is here. And he was carried out. He made his point. He did it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to take a shitload of this from all of us, frankly, to get over this hump. And to
Why
get
do cops wonder why nobody likes cops? Well, you're looking at a picture right here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
If you guys treat the First Amendment, you wipe your ass with it. That's why
Mhm.
nobody likes fucking cops. Just saying. I mean, some people like cops. I don't fucking like cops. I don't trust cops. I don't like their mentality. I don't like their fucking their power grab here. I don't like the fact that they're just an offshoot of fucking slave patrols from fucking slave times. I
Mhm.
like 21st century policing should not be whatever the fuck this shit is. So
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. We've had, we know a couple local police chiefs. I think we've had this conversation before. Again, it all comes back to education. One of the things the police chief wanted to fight for was getting some funding for these officers to at least get an associate's degree, maybe 2 years of college, just to kind of help with the education system as they process things. You know, cops show up on a lot of different scenes, a lot of different aspects to their job. But if you don't have any kind of grounding in historical anything or any wisdom, it's really hard to apply it to the general public. That was shot down. It wasn't of any interest to educate these people. If they're educated now, we might have to pay them more, and they may care about their job more. We don't want that. We like a guy.
They make fucking money in overtime, dude.
They do, yeah. They still make good money in overtime.
They don't need any more fucking money. They need less money. So why do we even get started? I thought you were going to talk about happy shit. Why don't you even get started talking about cops? I don't want to talk about cops.
All right, you want to get to some happy shit? Here you go, Gene. This is for you, buddy.
Yeah, give me some fucking happy.
This guy will not be back.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The turtle
that makes me happy.
Is no more.
You know what make me happier? If that he died, dropped dead the day after fucking retirement and got no retirement whatsoever. That would make me super fucking happy. Since he's gonna waste all his time living his life indoors, sitting at a fucking desk, ruining people's lives. I hope his retirement is brief and good riddance, Felicia. Fuck off.
I wanted to jump back to this real quick because you did mention the police. You can see that he's obviously not fighting back. I thought it was more telling. The guy in the background seems a little bit smug. And for the record, he doesn't look...
He's kind of brownish, isn't he? So that look might get wiped off his face next time he gets pulled over by these very same fucking cops.
Yes.
And they don't realize. They don't realize.
Sell out.
Did you see that whole fucking thing in South Beach, by the way, where an Israeli shot 2 other Israelis thinking they were Palestinians, and but missed. He shot 18 shots, hit one time, one guy in the shoulder, and then as they're being taken away, the Israelis are blaming Arabs for being shot, and it was Israeli on Israeli violence, and it happened on South Beach, by the way. Take that shit back to Israel. What the fuck are you doing? That's fucking nonsensical.
I know. It's not something we want in our country.
But that's the whole point I'm making is that dude looked kind of brown. Be careful for what you wish for, motherfucker. You may too find yourself in the crosshairs of those fucking cops. You're not in the club just because you think you're white. Again,
absolutely.
Black, or you're sitting behind the podium.
Right. African or whatever, or brown. It's all made up thing. It's what they decided. Is Kash Patel today is a white man. We'll see how long that lasts until he pisses Trump off, or all those white motherfuckers in the FBI decide they've had enough and pull some shit out of like who was the Private Pile when they took the fucking the soap when he was sleeping.
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah,
one of my favorite scenes anywhere on getting the motherfucker back, tie his ass down and beat his ass with a bunch of fucking soap. Watch out, Kash Patel. I would fucking sleep with that good eye open, that other eye's looking at the fucking wall, motherfucker. That's a walleye motherfucker. I mean, I've got lazy eye. That dude's got fucking goddamn procrastination eye. What the fuck? I'm sorry, Rob. Continue.
No, you're fine. It's just, today's been a tough day. I mean, between the lies, we're going into Fort Knox now. It's like some kind of movie where Trump keeps talking about Fort Knox. We're going to go in and see if the gold's there. Obviously, the plan is to get rid of it so we can go crypto. And then where'd all the gold go? Of course, the Democrats must have done it.
Yeah, it was the Democrats. Let's round them all up. Kash Patel's on the case. We're going to round everybody up. I mean, dude, this is a very dangerous place.
It is, because now you have Trump who's given press conferences saying, hey, should I run again? And then the people that they paid in the background off of the website
Craigslist
get paid. Craigslist. He's like, they're yelling 4 more years, 4 more years. I mean, let's get.
You know what? I hope they got paid in advance.
What's that?
I hope they got paid in advance.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Dude's not going to last 4 years. I'm telling you. He's not going to last either from internal strife where they want to get rid of him.
Or he'll stroke out because he looks like shit.
Or he'll stroke out. What chances are he'll have mashed potato brains like Fetterman.
He's well on his way. And fuck
Fetterman. He's losing a lot of his constituents are not behind him because
staff too. He just lost some more fucking senior staff. Eric Adams lost some staff. Fetterman lost. These are Democrats, people.
And they're
They're
leaving.
not serving your fucking interests. People just don't want to listen to us. Here in Ohio, we passed all these fucking weed laws, all set in stone, the tax percentage, all this shit, where the money goes to. And these motherfuckers are just rolling up in fucking Columbus going, we're going to just change all that shit that you fucking passed. And we're going to give all the money to the cops. We're going to double the fucking taxes. And we're going to increase penalties for certain types of fucking crimes. You can grow half the amount of weed. It's like, bitch, why do you keep voting for motherfuckers like this? I don't understand the populace. It's like you all want to smoke weed, but then you go out and you fucking put these dummies into office for decades to do this shit to you. I don't understand the stupidity.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom. It really is.
But thank God I still have fucking weed. And oh, by the way, all people are gonna fucking do is just drive to Michigan, where it's the Wild West of weed, and only a fucking hour away from fucking Cleveland. And they're gonna get all their shit at a third of the fucking price. Legit, a third. You think people are gonna fucking pay more because they're patriotic fucking Ohioans? You dumb fuck Republicans. You're dumb. You're just gonna lose.
Well, maybe they will, because Trump's going to be doing a garden of American heroes. It was announced today. They were going to, sadly, he mentioned that not all of them are still alive.
Ty Cobb, he was a real American hero.
He was going to put Tiger in the garden, but maybe he doesn't want to be there, so he's going to wait a little
I'll
bit.
tell you what about Tiger. That whole Dave Chappelle racial draft thing. Y'all, fuck that. You can have fucking Tiger's ass. Whoever the fuck, the Asians, you want him,
Yeah,
you can have that
Years.
fucking, that limpy
take him.
motherfucker. He's fucking no good. He's broken anyway from that car accident. Fuck him. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. This shit's, I don't know, dude.
It's gross.
No, he should know better. He should know how his Green Beret father was fucking treated coming up in the 40s and the 50s and the fucking 60s, and how hard that guy had to fight to earn respect. And this guy pisses it away to the fucking most racist president of I mean, obviously, like blatantly racist president. Some of them are subliminal about it, of our fucking lifetime. He'll take that. He'll take that because he wants to be close to power and he likes rich people. And it didn't matter that fucking Fuzzy Zeller, after he won the match, said, hey, we're going to have some fried chicken. I would have beat Fuzzy Zeller's little fucking ass. He said some stupid shit like that. Even fucking Brittany Mahomes' dumbass said that about Patrick Mahomes when they were quizzing each other on, hey, what's your cheat meal? And she goes, fried chicken. It's like, oh my God, you married this white bitch? Holy
Seriously,
shit.
what is wrong
The
with
lines
you?
are so fucking blurred. And he's like, no, it's not fried chicken. And then she went on, watermelon. And it was just so fucking, you would have sworn she was in the fucking KKK. But,
Oh, God.
anyway.
And you know Trump is thinking about choking him with that, right?
Well, and I really think that Tiger's holding his breath because it smells like Dookie, but
I think Tiger's a fucking tool. He's a fucking narcissist. He's an asshole. And I'm super glad that his hot Swedish wife beat the fuck out of him. And I hope it was with a fucking 9-iron. So, I hope she swung fuck that guy. He was
way better off without
He was
that
allegedly all drugged out on fucking opioids already. He's not a good person.
Not a good person.
And
No.
fuck him. He's not invited to my fucking barbecue. You're going to hang out with that orange fucking pickle.
I think they were going in for a little kissy kiss, but I don't know. You get
Speaking of sports, Bobby Porter, who plays in the NBA, just got suspended for 25 games.
gambling.
Tramadol, dude.
What?
Tramadol, the drug Tramadol.
Get out of here.
Swear to God, it's illegal in the NBA.
Is it really?
Why?
Yes.
Huh.
I don't know. But look, Google that shit today. Bobby Porter got suspended 25. Some NBA player only got 30 games for smashing his fucking girlfriend's face or something. This dude got 25 games for an anti-inflammatory.
Wow.
That didn't used to be Schedule anything. I will tell you, I used to take it just for sciatic pain when I had to because it was not a Schedule anything. And now it is. And wow.
That's
The NBA,
crazy.
I believe that.
And A$AP Rocky got acquitted too. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm glad.
I'm good with that.
Bullshit.
But he warned Rihanna and A$AP, you're still brown people. They will take it off from you. Just keep your mouth shut and go live your best lives because they're looking to snatch it from you.
Yeah, you're
Well,
absolutely
they're
right.
looking even
He
harder
can't
now.
say what everybody else can fucking say. The most average dipshit white guy working in sanitation can say whatever the fuck he wants about whatever. He has free speech, but one billionaire black person says it. and they're no longer a billionaire anymore. And no, I'm not talking about fucking Kanye and his anti-Semitic shit. I'm talking about fucking people. That guy's a fucking idiot, and obviously he has mental issues out the fucking ass, which I'm not here to diagnose. Happy ending.
Yeah, I came to happy endings. Now, Mitch McConnell was one of mine. Cluey was obviously one of mine. But I am going to go with Joe Rogan was knocked out of the top spot of his podcast for the Midas Touch. These guys have been at it for 4+ years. They do a really good job. To me, it's a very good source. And to see that these babies are crying so badly about what happened to their mighty Rogan, it's kind of fun to watch. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like seeing that.
And the guy just talks shit. Like, he just has a stream of consciousness and says whatever pops to the top of his head, whether it's true or not. I've never seen anything like this. This guy would just say something that's completely not fucking true, and everyone would be like, oh.
These are the guys. They are on Apple Podcasts. I'm sure they're on Spotify as well. But yeah, I think they do a really nice job.
What, they don't have any fucking black guys in that fucking podcast? What the fuck's going on there?
Well, you got to look a little further into the lineup, I guess. But they bring all kinds on. Anybody that's progressive and may have some information. Let me see what we got here. Gene says you put that up there. Oh, what is this guy? I'm not really sure who this is, but it's a little bit different.
What is that?
It's the Midas Touch podcast.
Yeah, but what is that picture of?
That's not them. This is the other Midas podcast. So I'm just letting you know that it's all out there.
Oh, all right. I gotcha. So your happy ending is the fucking podcast, and Mitch McConnell will soon be dead. Gotcha.
And the punter. I thought that was amazing. Again, he didn't make a scene. He didn't scare any white people. He just read what he had to say, and he took 2 steps forward to be tackled and hauled off. And
you got fucking blackballed after 7 years in the league. If you look at his statistics, there's no way he shouldn't have gotten a fucking 8th year. Got blackballed for being political and kind of kept quiet about that shit. Mm-hmm. We need more of him and fewer Justin Tuckers who fucking pray to Jesus, and all he's praying for is another fucking hand job from a fucking massage therapist.
We're up to 16 now.
Where's that Deshaun Watson energy? We love to fucking talk about Deshaun. All that fucking hate. Dude, I never see so much hate from I mean, I get the hate from like fucking Cleveland and shit. The guy sucks here. He hasn't been productive for the money we paid him.
Sure.
But I mean, Jim Tomey's fucking wife canceled her season tickets when he signed them and made some moral statement. And I live next door to Jim Tomey. I'd like to tell her wife a few things about Jim Tomey, but I'm just going to keep that between us after the podcast, if you know what I'm saying.
I know a few things you told me about Jim Tomey.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that. Fuck her for canceling her fucking season. That moral outrage and shit. But anyway, he got so much fucking hate. I do not see this fucking energy for Justin Tucker.
I don't either. But 6 more people came out. They're up to 16 on his happy ending. I mean, come on.
It's a lot of happy endings.
Don't tell me distracted by Trump and shit. This motherfucker is like, since his rookie year, has been banned from dozens of massage parlors.
Which is really hard to do, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, and doesn't this fool know there's places you can go?
Yeah.
This
if
dude
they
has
will
so
do
much
that.
fucking money, he could just, I don't know, he could have talked to Epstein and hired a bunch of fucking girls and not got caught. He's an idiot.
Maybe in-house, without shopping.
I just want to see energy for it. I'm a little upset that there's no energy for this fucking guy doing this shit. And he's a super fucking Christian. Like, I give a fuck. I'm just tired of all this hypocrisy. I'm tired of all these Jesus. I'm tired. The most religious person in my locker room tried to get a hooker the night before the Super Bowl and got arrested. Fuck you.
Hooker.
Fuck your religion. Go Satan. I don't do these fucking things. Why do religious people? Yeah, go Satan. Hook 'em horns. Anyway, I think it's Bill's turn for happy ending. What do you got, Bill?
Yeah, Billy, I need something, please.
Oh man, I don't know, dude. I don't have much today.
You know what? Why don't you come out with your story about how you happenstance onto something that was really incredible to see? How about that?
Oh, yeah. It's true. I mean, sometimes you just happen to see something and you're like, man, I can't believe that happened. I'm glad I was in a position to see it. I just remember that one time when we were Rob and I were still both living at home, and we had this neighbor. We lived in a condo, and this guy was a total asshole. And he's out in the parking lot was in the front, and we were just sitting on the porch. And this guy's out in front. He's washing his car. Some dude comes pulling up in a car, screeches to a stop, jumps out, and fucking runs up to this guy and just cold cocks him. Just pulled back and bap.
Knocked him.
Knocked him the fuck out. And then he stood over there and yelled something at him. Then he got his car and drove away. I'm like, what are the odds of seeing that?
That was pretty incredible. And that guy was like a truck driver. He was always washing his car, blocking people in. He was kind of an asshole.
He was a dick and a bully, and he got jacked.
He did.
He got knocked the fuck out.
In
So, yeah.
hindsight, he wasn't even that big, so to see him get popped in the eye was kind of funny.
Just
And he
this
went down
random
like
dude,
rock.
man, just pulling up, slamming on the brakes, jumping out, and popping him one. Dot in his eye was just like, what are the odds of that?
Sure, I've got good happenstance stories, but
Soon thereafter, his girlfriend had him move out.
oh Lord, I can't even think of one off the top of my head. But I did. I mean, something funny that just was fun to be there. We had this fucking defensive coordinator at Iowa State that nobody liked. His last name was Bennett. He was a fucking I'm sorry, O coordinator. He was a screamer. Just a fucking screamer. And he jumped up on a table one day and he's screaming at us at fucking halftime. And he fucking jumped down angrily and he blew out his fucking knee. That shit was funny as that shit was funny as shit.
He let out a noise.
Norm, I think maybe his Norm Anderson was his fucking name, was the O coordinator or some shit. Either that or was the D coordinator Bennett, one of the fucking two. But that shit, that's the sort of thing you just like, oh God, I'm so glad that I was here for that shit.
You said he was a screamer. Did he scream when the thing popped or what?
Oh fuck yeah, dude, that shit hurt like hell. He legit blew a fucking ligament out in his fucking knee, jumping down like 1.5 feet. So
Wow.
it was pretty fucking funny. But I don't.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I could come up with a way better happenstance story than that. I imagine. Lots of.
I wanted to finish on the degrees of separation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what was the last one we had was Tina Louise that we could not do? No, you finished that one.
Gene had Cher, right? No.
No, it was Tina Louise. We figured out Cher. What's Tina Louise, Bill?
Well, you came up with that, so I think that is your honor, my friend.
Yeah, let's hear it, Gene.
Yeah, I thought.
Tina Louise from
Just write it
Gilligan's
down.
Island, the movie star.
All right, that's right. Yeah, I got on Wikipedia and I saw that she was a regular on Dallas, and so was Priscilla Presley. And Priscilla Presley was also in the Naked Gun movies with OJ, and OJ was a sideline reporter for NBC when I played for the Dolphins. So I talked to OJ quite a bit. This is pre-murder OJ, mind you.
Yeah.
I talked to OJ quite a bit, and I know I have teammates that had partied with him and partied hard with him, like maybe some illegal substances. There's some rumors out there about some of my teammates before I even got there. So just the whole OJ to Priscilla Presley to Tina Louise on
3 degrees of separation, Gene.
3
That's
degrees, dude. I don't think
Impressive.
we can be stumped in that shit. So
That
I
was,
Keep in mind, we do want listeners to keep
well,
putting them out there. Yes.
well, and I do have one from a friend of the show, Wendy, who Cher, and she is 3 degrees. So Cher was married to Sonny Bono. Her cousin worked with Sonny in DC.
all right,
So
there you go.
Wow.
great job, Wendy.
Nicely done. Well, as
Very good.
always, we would like some feedback from our listeners. Try and stump us. Give us anybody. Also comment, subscribe. We're here to help, but we need some help as well to turn the corner here. All these distractions, once again, that I mentioned today, which were a lot of distractions, what they're trying to take away is your Medicaid. They're trying to take money from all of us, SNAP programs, anything that helps anybody but the billionaires, they're trying to take from us. And we need to stay focused on what those are. Again, the doom scrolling was pretty bad today. Me and Uncle Bill came in a little bit hot.
It was rough.
Avoid it. Check your sources. Just like CNN puts up this poll about Trump being popular. Don't believe the fucking bullshit. They're that media owned by a billionaire as well. It's bullshit. Focus in your own community. Talk to your own neighbors. Figure this out. And again, good luck to producer Mel tonight with the town hall meeting.
Oh yeah.
I do think Bell felt the pressure. People had great questions about Musk. Trump, our civil liberties, the path forward. We got to keep pressing on these people. And if they can't do it, then we are going to replace them.
Well, and don't forget, I mean, Elon Musk said the quiet part out loud. He basically called us all a bunch of pigs.
Yeah.
So
They're tired
fuck
of
that guy.
Hey, I have a
Remember
quick
that.
happy ending, by the way.
Yes.
This preacher and animal rights activist, Derek Williamson in Georgia, had all this property. He had this acreage. And he hooked up with this guy, James Hardy and Janet Hardy, these multi-millionaire, I don't know if they're construction moguls or something. And they offered him a bunch of money to help his whole animal shelter and help out with his ministry and all that shit. But what it really was a land grab. They moved into his place, they stole his money, and they kicked him out of his own house in Georgia, and they stole his land because
Holy
he
shit.
made a bad business deal with him, basically. And he's been trying to fight with him and get his land back. The guy's daughters, James Hardy's daughters, were so awful to this guy. The day his brother died in a motorcycle accident, they ran up to him and said, "Your brother's burning in hell right now because you're trying to steal our property." It wasn't their property; it was his property. They just duped. They just duped a young black guy that they thought he thought they were in his flock. He thought they were good people. They were terrible people. Well, my happy ending is 3 days ago, Janet and James Hardy. Now, if you look on New York Post, you'll see first grade teacher killed in a plane accident, or you won't hear any information about how these fucking greedy ass people stole this fucking land. Well, 3 days ago, they got in a plane crash and they died. And that's my happy ending.
Wow.
Fuck you for trying to steal that black kid's land, you rich motherfuckers. Fuck you, and you got what you deserved, and karma's a bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And oh, by the way, you can just blame that fucking, and I'm sure they were MAGA, and you go ahead and blame that shit on Trump because planes are falling out of the fucking
Oh my God.
sky with that
Yeah.
fucking idiot. So there you go. There's my happy ending. Hopefully,
I like
Derek
it.
Williamson
I like
gets his fucking property back. Hopefully, he can turn around and go to that dude's daughters and go, "Hey, how are your Kentucky Fried fucking parents doing?" "Oh, that's right. They're dead. Fuck you." Because it's on video, dude. He's like, "Get away from me." The day he found out his fucking brother got killed in a motorcycle accident,
That's awful.
they're harassing him and going, "This is good for you. Your brother's burning in hell. Fuck you." I'm just saying awful shit. And now their fucking daddy's dead.
Now
Go
their parents are
fuck
burning in
yourself,
hell
you
after they burned up in a
terrible
plane crash.
fucking human beings. That's my happy ending. Fucking people that do terrible things to other people and terrible things happen to them, I get a good night's sleep.
I
Fuck
think
you.
they call that karma. But,
No, don't. And so when Bob's like, "Don't believe CNN, don't believe any publication when you
Agreed.
hear about this plane crash about teacher died or philanthropist died." These people were fucking rotten from the core. Do your fucking research and find out who fucking people are before you
Agreed.
start going, "Oh, prayers, thoughts and prayers."
Thoughts and prayers, baby.
Burn
Thoughts
in
and
hell, you fucking land grabbing pieces of shit. That's all I have to say about that.
All right. Nicely done.
All right. Very happy about that. They're dead. I can be happy about death. Everybody's gonna die.
Eventually, yes.
That is very true.
So,
Well, I appreciate you guys getting me through this hour. It was really some rough news today, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping for better on Saturday. If you guys can both make it, I look forward to it.
All right,
Okay.
man. But just come up with some happy shit for Saturday. I ain't gonna fucking do doom and gloom on a Saturday.
Agreed.
That's my weed smoking day.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I mean,
Deal.
I guess every day is my weed smoking day.
Yeah.
But that being said, yeah, well, let's come up with some fucking ideas. And yeah, if anybody has any thoughts on degrees of separation, I do not think I can be stumped.
Or,
Especially in this country, there's no American that I can't be fucking tied to.
I agree.
Degrees of
So let's
separation.
hear from you. We're here for you.
Maybe some foreigners. I have no idea.
yeah, if you've
all right,
got an
fellas.
interesting happenstance that you happen to see, let us
Yes.
know.
Thank you.
And find your flock, make some noise, and shit on fascists.
Yeah.
Love it, Gino.
Punch
All
a
right.
Here's your
Nazi.
sticker.
Yeah, my sticker right there.
Thank you. All right, guys. I'll see you Saturday.
And
All
hail
right, see you
Satan.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye.